Hello everybody, I am Venus. Welcome to my channel. Today I have an awesome full body stretch yoga flow for you. In the morning when we wake up, we could be a little sore or stiff, or even throughout the day as we work or sit at a chair all day at the computer. Our neck gets sore, our bodies get sore. So this is just a nice deep stretch to help you get started throughout your day. Before we start, let me remind you that yoga is about your breath. So be sure to breathe in and out of your moves, and remember to listen to your breath to decide how far you can go in your move. Your breath will help you throughout your movement if you've gone, and let you know if you've gone too far in the pose. This will be minimal cues, so I'll be naming the pose that we are in and giving you a few tips, and then you will do them on your own. If you would like to challenge yourself in your yoga assonance, please feel free to do that. Remember, listen to your breath. Otherwise, I will tell you some modifications to help if you do need some help in the yoga poses. Let's go ahead and start in our easy pose. Crossing the legs or coming to your hero pose with the ankles, your knees bent, your ankles beside your legs on each side of your hips. If you are able to do this. Like I said, if you're not able to do this, go ahead and start in your easy pose. I'm going to turn around here. And we are going to take a few deep breaths in, sitting up straight through the spine, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Try to breathe clear down to the bottom of your stomach. Sitting up really tall, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, looking straight ahead. Be sure to roll your shoulders down and back away from your ears. This will help you with lengthening through the spine too. Breathe. Now let's go ahead and bring one leg back, then the other. Bringing the heels close to your hips. I'm going to turn so you can see me this way. You'll have your knees, your legs bent back where the heels can touch each side of your hips, and your booty is on the floor if you're able to. If not, stay in easy pose as you reach your hands up overhead. To come up like on your and sit on your heels, that's okay too, just as long as you're sitting comfortably. I am going to stay seated in my hero pose, so whichever pose you decide on, just make sure you're comfortable and you're rooted towards the mat with your sit bones, your knees, your feet. Sitting up straight, lengthening through the spine, shoulders back, lift the arms up overhead. Turning the pinkies in towards one another. Take a deep breath in here. Keep dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing slowly, bringing the arms down in front, prayer position in front of your heart. Inhale as you bring your hands up, turning the pinkies in towards one another. Exhale as you bring your hands prayer position in front of you. Inhale one more time. Hands come up overhead, lengthen through the spine. Drop the hands down to the heart center. Again, one more time. Bring your hands up, breathing in, lengthening through the spine, breathing. Exhale as you bring your hands to your heart center. From this point, we will bring our hands back behind us, lifting up through the knees, arching through the back, pinching the shoulders together before coming back down. Let's do one more time. Really arch up through the back. Again, bring shoulder blades together. Breathing, looking straight ahead. And come back down. Breathe. Now I'm going to have you come into a side twist here. You're going to bring your right knee over. Now we'll bring the right arm back behind us, pushing up through the spine nice and tall, and taking the elbow and pressing it into the knee, the right knee. Take the left elbow and help you twist over a little bit further. Navel to spine will also help you twist further in the move. Whichever you decide to do is okay. And then go ahead and breathe here. And then bring your hand down. You bring your right leg straight ahead, the left leg, the bottom of your foot will be on the inner thigh as you stretch down as far as you can. Again, hold on to your bottom of your heel. Stretching. If you need to come up and hold on to your knee, that is perfectly fine too. Or you can even place both hands beside you and stretch down even further, even deeply in the pose, and breathe. Breathe clear to the bottom of your stomach and back up. In and out through your nose. Always listen to your breath. And then we'll slowly come up. And bring your knee up, your left knee, into your seated pigeon pose. You can rock the hips side to side. Pinching the shoulder blades together and breathe. And we'll do that same sequence on the opposite side. Now briefly come back to center. Let's rotate the shoulders around before doing that same sequence on the opposite side. You'll bring the arm back. Get a nice stretch through the spine. Having your leg crossed over, place your elbow on your knee. Or you can even hold on to your thigh if that's more comfortable. Breathing. Navel to spine can help you turn a little bit further in your move. And breathe. And then let's turn back and bring that left foot down and the right foot to the inner thigh and fold on down and breathe. Again, grabbing wherever is most comfortable, whether it be your knee or your foot, or placing the hands beside you for a little challenge, and relax. And then gently come up and we'll do that seated pigeon pose. Maybe swing the leg back and forth. You may need to adjust wherever is most comfortable, whether it be closer or further away in your pigeon pose. And rock the leg. Breathing. And bring the leg down. We are going to swing our legs around and come up into your tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, neutral back. Now let's go ahead and bring the right leg back behind you, pressing the foot, the toes into the ground, pressing back into your heel, feeling a nice stretch on the calf, rocking back and forth, and breathing. Then you're going to bring your knee up and come into our first downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, pressing the chest into your thighs. Whether your heels are on the mat or not, it's whatever your body is telling you. This time they may not be, next time they might be. Just really press back through the chest, breathe. Let's bring the leg up high as you can. Bend at the knee to open up through the hip before pulling it all the way through, framing your foot with your hands into your swan or pigeon pose. Place one hand on the foot, the other hand on your knee to arch back and help open up through the chest and breathe. Now let's take a twist here. We are going to thread the needle. As you twist, you lift your arm up to thread it through underneath you, placing your ear and your head on the mat. You can place the other hand back behind you on your back or just keep it in front of you. Breathe. And then bring your hand down, gently raising up. Take the leg out as you come up, back into that downward facing dog, maybe noticing if your heels are getting closer to the mat or not. Before coming down into your tabletop, breathing, we're going to bring the opposite leg out that you had before, pressing into the toes, pressing back through the heel, feeling the nice stretch on your left leg or the opposite leg you had before. Breathe. And then come up into your downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs, pressing back through the chest. Just do whatever is intuitive for your body. Then you're gonna lift the leg up high as you can, and then bend the knee, opening up through the hip before bringing your foot through, framing your hands around your foot, coming down into that swan pose. Again, you're gonna place one hand on your knee, one hand on the foot, and arch through your back. There should not be any pain in your lower back. And then go ahead and fold on down, resting your head, your forehead on your arms. Breathing. Then we will gently come up to thread the needle on this side. That arm comes up and you thread it through, resting your head and your ear to the mat, and breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through your mouth. If you're unable to thread the needle, just stay folded down with your head relaxed on your forearms. And we'll come back up now, gently and slowly. Come back into your neutral tabletop. We're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow here. As you drop your stomach down into cow, pulling the shoulders back, you're going to inhale. And then as you round through, you are going to exhale. So inhale through cow and exhale to cat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale. And we'll be back in our neutral tabletop. Now, if you would like to try to get a little bit of stretch on the top of your foot, when we come up into our downward facing dog, slowly rise up on the front part of your feet and then press back at the top into your heels. Lift your leg up high, bring it through. We're gonna come into our warrior one here, bringing the arms up overhead, pinkies turn towards one another, pressing down through that knee as far as you can, lengthening through the spine, looking straight ahead, breathing. You're gonna open up and take a twist, placing the right hand in front of your right foot or whichever side you're on. And the other arm comes straight ahead, relaxing through your neck and jaw. Breathe. And then slowly come up, straighten that front foot. We'll take reverse triangle. Breathe, bring the arm up overhead. You can look up to the sky, open up through the chest. if your neck allows. Feel the stretch all the way through your whole body. If your neck doesn't allow this, you can always look down to the floor before coming back up. And we'll take a triangle, placing both hands on the ground on your mat. Go ahead and step back into your downward facing dog. We're going to take a flow here, come down into your plank, chaturanga, into up dog. Breathe. And then lift up into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Lift the opposite leg up high, bring it through the hands, framing the hands around the foot. Come up into that warrior one. On the opposite side, palms facing up, don't push up from your hands. Palms facing up, arms up overhead into your warrior one on the opposite side. And breathe. Come down into your knee as far as you can. Again, press into that knee before opening up to take a side twist. My left hand is by my left foot. The other arm comes up ahead. Feeling the nice stretch, of course, through the side body area. Breathing. And then straighten that front foot out as you gently come up into your reverse triangle. Breathing. Let's bring the hands back down to the floor into our triangle pose. Breathe, navel to spine. Bring the arm down, hands on the mat. You can take your flow here or stay in downward facing dog. We'll come into plank. Chaturanga. In chaturanga, you're going to keep your knees lifted up off the mat, strengthening up through your back before coming into your upward facing dog, placing the feet flat on the floor before coming back up into that neutral table. You can bring your knees forward, placing your hips on the heel. You're going to come down into child's pose. You're going to press back through the hips, having the hands up overhead. Be sure to press back in your hip area. Just lengthen up through the back a little more. And breathe. You can roll your forehead on the mat, side to side. Nice little massage for the forehead. And then gently come up. And let's come on down to our back. Melting them shoulders into the mat. Bring your knees up. Bring your knees to you and hold on to the knees with your hands, rocking your knees back and forth. maybe side to side, whatever is intuitive here for you to do. Just loosening up the bottom of the back a little bit. You're gonna pull one knee. I'm going to pull my right knee in and twist it over. If you need to readjust your hips so their hips are stacked. Leaving the shoulders melted into the mat. You can use your hand. So when you're doing this, if your shoulder comes up, that just means you have brought your knee down too far. Bring your knee back up to readjust so your both shoulders are melted into the mat. And breathe. And then let's use our knee to bring our foot up into a reclined pigeon. Ankle over the knee. Back leg comes up, pressing into the heel, pointing and flexing the foot. Threading that hand through, helping to hold the back leg up. Breathe. And then pull your leg in a little bit before bringing the legs down. And then lift the left knee towards you to cross it over. Again, readjust on the mat if you need to stack your hips. Shoulders in the mat. Shoulders down away from the ears. And then bring your knee up to rest your ankle. And then the back leg comes up as you thread your hands through, pointing and flexing through the foot. Pointing and flexing is just giving you a nice stretch through the back of that leg. And then bring them back down. You can have each foot on the side of the mat and bring your knees in together. Or you can bring the two knees over to the side. Or you can do a challenge here for a side twist. Bring the feet to each side of the mat, lift up through the heels. If you are leaning to the left, you want to bring that left knee over the right. You can have your hands to the side of you, or you can bring them in a cactus shape, or up overhead, just relaxing and breathing. And let's do that side twist on the opposite side, bringing your feet down to the mat, lifting the feet up, and then twisting to the opposite side. And breathe. Just resting that ankle into the knee. Again, if this is too much, if it's hard to keep your shoulders down, you can just twist over to the side, stacking your knees. Listen always to your breath. And any time at all you feel pain, stop, because yoga is not about pain. And let's uncross the legs. Bring your feet to each corner of the mat in your savasana. Again, if this is too difficult, you can bring the feet up halfway to each side of your mat and kind of turn the knees in towards one another. Breathing. You can also close in your reclined butterfly pose, which is what I'm going to do today. You'll bring the bottom of your feet together. You can bring them closer in towards your glutes or your groin area, or you can leave them further out. And let's breathe. And my little princessa here helping us close. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Clear to the bottom of your stomach. Making sure the shoulders are melted into the mat. Relax the face, the forehead, the jaw. Maybe rotate through the ankles, wiggle the toes. Rotate the wrists, wiggle the fingers. Hands come up overhead, waking up the body. And grab behind your knees or come up in your fetal position. Very relaxing. If you are in a hurry today, this was probably not the video for you. But I do want to thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do give a comment or a like. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat real soon. Bring your hands up to your heart, Anjali Mudra. We'll close with the chant of Om one time. Breathe in. And breathe out, or close with a chant of Om. Om. Bye for now. Have a beautiful day.